Hello, my name is Christopher Sylvain. This presentation is titled Neurobiological Indicators of Identity Stability for Behavioral Health Outcomes. This work proposes that identity stability is a measurable neurobiological regulatory state that influences behavioral control, resilience, and long-term health outcomes. The problem. Behavioral health models often focus on symptoms such as anxiety, impulsivity, addiction, and mood instability. These are important, but they are typically downstream effects. Upstream regulatory factors such as identity coherence, value stability, and durable belief structure are less frequently measured, despite strong evidence that stable self-modeling improves executive control and reduces relapse risk. The central question is whether identity stability itself can be biologically indexed and studied as a measurable variable. Core framework. This framework centers on three established brain systems. The prefrontal cortex supports executive regulation. The anterior cingulate cortex monitors conflict and detects misalignment between actions and values. The amygdala assigns emotional salience and threat weight. When identity is stable, these systems demonstrate stronger top-down regulation and reduced internal conflict signaling. This aligns with predictive processing and active inference models, where stable high-level priors reduce error signaling and behavioral volatility. Proposed biological markers. Based on existing neuroscience literature, several candidate markers can be proposed. In functional MRI, increased connectivity between the anterior cingulate and prefrontal cortex, along with reduced limbic overactivation during identity challenge tasks. In EEG, greater frontal midline theta coherence and more stable error monitoring responses. In PET imaging, metabolic stability in executive networks and fewer stress reactive spikes. These regions are already strongly associated with behavioral control and addiction recovery, making them practical research targets. Behavioral implications. If identity stability can be biologically indexed, this has meaningful clinical applications. It could improve treatment selection, counseling strategy matching, relapse risk assessment, and adherence prediction. Rather than treating only behavioral symptoms, clinicians could evaluate upstream regulatory stability and intervene earlier. Research and practice value. This model does not replace existing therapies. It adds a measurement layer. It may help stratify treatment intensity, track identity level change over time, and improve behavioral outcome prediction. It also provides a bridge between neuroscience, behavioral medicine, and meaning-centered therapeutic frameworks. The key contribution is making identity coherence scientifically testable. Conclusion. In summary, identity stability is likely a measurable neurobiological regulatory state rather than a purely descriptive construct. Anterior cingulate, prefrontal, and limbic dynamics provide testable candidate markers. Future research can validate their predictive value for behavioral health outcomes. Thank you for your time and engagement.